just a couple of weeks ago, a 9-year-old girl ran up to me in San Francisco airport, and 9 years old. And she said, "Are you Mr. Wonderful, that mean guy in Shark Tank?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "You should have done a convertible debenture about 20% last night on Shark Tank." And I said, "How would you know what a convertible debenture is? You look like you're not even a teenager." And her mother came up, who was chasing her, and said that she was a math phenom. She was doing college-level physics. She didn't know what a convertible debenture was, but because she saw it on Shark Tank, she looked it up and she learned. The point of education, learning about business and learning about different structures and learning about deals, has been a remarkable journey for Shark Tank. And as a result, it's a very successful show. What are you really watching when you watch Shark Tank? You're watching the pursuit of freedom. It's visceral. Not everybody gets a deal, not everybody's successful. The point is they're all trying, and that's what really matters. But I want to share with you a few secrets here after having watched Shark Tank in front of me for 9 years, thousands of pitches. It turns out there's 3 attributes that are present in every single pitch that gets financed. It doesn't determine the outcome of the business, but it gets the capital to the entrepreneurs. So it turns out these 3 things are always there in every deal that gets funded. But not just here in America. Shark Tank's on in Canada, and New Zealand, and England, and it turns out the same 3 things happen there, so this is global. And if it's the only thing you remember when I'm talking to you about today, I want you to remember these 3 things, because it turns out that they're the whole deal. Now, you're going to find this rather remarkable. Let's talk about the 3 attributes that are always there in a successful pitch. The entrepreneur was able to explain the opportunity in 90 seconds or less, 100% of the time. In other words, explaining what you're trying to do. Number 3. This one is the killer. This is the killer. I've seen so many great entrepreneurs go down in flames when they're missing this one. This is really nasty. You have to know your numbers. If you actually get through the 100,000 applications that people now put forward to get on Shark Tank, and you finally make it after all the producers see you, and you're down to one of the last 2. Many of them I've owned for over 8 years now. Not some of my returns, all of my returns have come from the ones run by women. What is that? What can we all learn from what they do? Let me tell you an old adage that I've learned is 100% true. You want something done, give it to a busy mother. Absolutely true. Time management skills in running a business really matter. Knowing what to do with your time and knowing what to do with your employees' time and the people you work with really, really matters. One of my CEOs told me, she said, one rule that she never breaks is, when she goes to bed at night, and this is so simple, listen to this, I now do it every day. She writes down on a sticky note, we're going to set goals that nobody can meet. Think about that when you're setting up for a business. That you set goals that are achievable and you work hard to achieve them. The people that work around you and watch you, and your lenders watch you do things successfully, they tend to want to give you more money because they know you know what you're doing. This matters a lot. Let's talk about investing for a minute, because I think that's also important. I like to make the assumption that the majority of you are going to be successful. And what's important about life is when you make it, is not to lose it. And I've learned this the hard way. I want to talk about something that matters a lot. People don't know this about the stock market, but over the last 40 years, 70% plus the returns have not come from capital appreciation, in other words, a stock going up in price. They've come from dividends. Companies' ability to return capital back to shareholders ends up being practically all of the returns of the market. That's why, and I learned this from my mother, I don't buy stocks that don't pay dividends. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I don't. Because I've looked at this, you have to think about how you're gonna get your money back, so that really matters. Now, what's interesting about real estate is it can be a source of income. And so I always look at a portfolio, I've got 50% in stocks and 50% in bonds and credits that pay interest. But I also include real estate in that. So real estate is actually a 35% holding, so it's more than 20%, but all the properties have income back. And you take a right and go to the front with the big seats and the big screens and the roast beef that comes down on a little trolley. And I said, Trevor, you don't have any money. Guys, thank you very much. I really enjoyed